What was that, guys? What was that night?
That
was crazy.
And I'm sorry, I'm stuttering because I'm actually speechless. And Nganoou by being
Ngannou by decision.
Yeah.
Honestly, I feel like everybody who picked Ngannou had him by KO, so I think everybody lost on that fight.
Yeah.
Betting wise.
Anybody who bet Ngannou by decision is a genius.
Yeah, that's not us.
Yeah, the two people in the world.
Oh man,
but yeah, no, that was unbelievable. I mean, I was definitely very surprised by Ngannou's game plan. I mean, if you think about it, what you thought the arc of this fight would go, coming in, you'll be like, okay, and Francis is probably going to win the earlier rounds, and then the later rounds are going to favor Gane, and then if it's going to go to decision, it's going to be Gane. But all of that got flipped. Gane won the first 2 rounds, and then Ngannou won the last 3. That's unbelievable.
The crazy part is that wasn't Ngannou at full strength, because when your legs are messed up, you can't throw full power. Dude, that's insane.
That's the thing. I don't even think if Ngannou was even if he could throw full power, I don't really see him catching Gane. Gane's way too elusive, but using his power to put up the level changes was just, that was smart as fuck.
His back is amazing.
Yeah, I agree. I think I don't think Francis can catch Gane. ACL or not, or whatever injury, I don't think he'll be able to do it. But I mean, again, I didn't expect him to out wrestle Gane, that's for sure. So
yeah, the meme of the fight, everybody, was that. Well, the meme of the fight was essentially that every second was Gane's until round 3.
Yeah,
but he got some good shots. That spinning spinning crescent kick, that was impressive. And Nganoou has a bit of a chin on him too.
Yeah.
So I mean, that helped a lot. But Usman, I think what realizes Usman's the second greatest coach behind Henry Cejudo, though.
I mean, he basically. I don't think it's Usman who taught.
Yeah, he doesn't coach him. He's just
wrestling. But maybe just his energy just gave Ngannou the will to just out wrestle him for the last 3 rounds. Because I'll be honest, I thought Ngannou was gassed going into round 3. I thought he was done, and he somehow found a way to pull off. Although I will say this,
I told you were retarded for that the whole time.
Well, okay,
I think the part of it though was the emotion. Ngannou's they told me to stay calm, because Ciryl frustrates fighters, right?
Yeah.
But then Ngannou just stayed calm. Eventually got the double leg, and the first time he took him down was crazy. He caught his leg and slammed him down. That's a highlight for Ngannou now. The slamming of Ciryl.
I will say this though. I think Ciryl Gane's fight IQ was very lacking in this fight, particularly in the last round where he took down Ngannou and had him in full mount, and then randomly decides to go for a heel hook, randomly decides to leave full mount and go for the legs, and then ends up under Ngannou, and that's basically how he lost the fight, was because he wanted to go for a heel hook. I can't believe that's what's going to cost Ciryl here, but I mean, I think that's what decided the fight. And Gane could have just stayed in full mount that 5th round and just won it. I didn't see Ngannou getting out of that.
I mean, I don't think that decided the fight. I think what's decided the fight was just the game plan of Ngannou. I don't think there's no way Gane was training for that.
Yeah, but okay, but for sure the 5th round decided the fight, right? Whoever won the 5th round won the fight.
Yeah, but you saw that he was actually using techniques. He did a scissor sweep from the bottom to move Gane up and trade positions with him, didn't he?
Yeah, but Gane was in full mount. He could have just laid there. And even if he was good, even if he went for that heel hook, if he didn't get it, just disengage, get on your feet. I don't know if he could have done that, but just the fact that he voluntarily dismounted made no sense to me. I don't know.
I think this night not making sense is, at least for this round, makes sense.
Yeah.
In Nganoou though, how do you think Dana White's feeling? Because he probably wanted Ciryl Gane to win.
Dana White's pissed for sure.
Dana White's mad as fuck, especially because the way Ngannou won, he made it the most boring main event that was possible given the circumstances.
That I guess that's fair. I was really excited. I feel like it was a very tense fight for me all the way through.
I
Like
felt
because
like
Yeah,
the
Ngannou,
threat
but
of
like to the average fan who was expecting like what they were expecting, they got like subverted, you know.
yeah.
there
Well,
were
I imagine
clearly
for
boos. There were clearly boos.
oh, I had the sound
I
off,
was
so
yeah.
I
Um,
can believe it. Yeah.
honestly though, I could see. I mean, because like obviously, like Francis, like going into this was like making a huge thing about his contract. I could see Francis holding out, like, and like not fighting until like he gets a big contract, which may or may not happen. Like, I could see Francis not even fighting, um, like the rest of this year. To be honest,
Yeah, because I mean, it makes more sense from a financial perspective too. So, like, for those that might not know, is that like there's that if he waits out a year, he might actually wait out the clause that says you get a +1 fight on your contract if you're a champion for winning. Um, that's essentially what's happening for those that don't know.
so I
And
heard what actually I heard what the contract was like. So I think that's true, but also like apparently, Ngannou signed his contract in 2017, and
Mhm.
the contract like automatically expires in 5 years. And so I think like at some
At the
point,
end of 2023, it's or January 2023, it's void no matter what
yeah, something like that.
if he doesn't
So
fight.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I could
just
see
big.
if Dana isn't going to give him the money or whatever. I could see that happening.
Yeah, I mean, but Dana White's there's no way he's gonna match what boxing can give him.
No,
No,
Like,
no chance at all.
no, he's not gonna give him 10 million. And
but
even
at the
if he,
same time, though,
huh?
I mean, if he goes to boxing, he has the Tyson Fury fight. Like, what else does he have?
He doesn't need anything else. He's gonna make 10 times more than he's ever made in the UFC.
Yeah, but if he stays with the UFC, he might make a little less, but then he has, he still has, he's like, what, 35 years old? He still has like a good, like 4 or 5 years if he wants to.
I mean, I think any promote, he'd be the hottest free agent in the world. I could see one splurging for him even.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because like if he's literally he'd be the lineal champion, right?
I mean, he
So
holds the power, right? Because like, if the UFC lets him go, then it's like, well, he's still the champion, so you can't really let him go because then that kind of invalidates whoever's the next champion.
Yeah, because
So then you,
whatever organization signs him says they have the UFC champion.
mhm.
yeah. So I mean, Francis kind of holds all the cards right now. I think he has a lot of leverage for sure
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I
the
mean
UFC they sort of need to resign him.
at a high price too.
at a high price. Yeah,
And
and
Tyson
I mean for
Fury is
sure.
trending too, by the way, on Twitter.
Honestly,
So
though, after seeing that fight, I don't see how. I think Tyson Fury beats the fuck out
Jon
of him.
Jones is trending on Twitter too.
I don't think he'll do.
That's
I don't think
weird,
he'll be
but
very successful in boxing.
Tyson Fury is not Ciryl Gane. Like his movement and defense and stuff. Like Tyson Fury in his boxing career has been hit by a lot of clean shots. And Ciryl Gane in his MMA career, we have yet to see him take like a clean power shot to the head. Like,
Yeah, but then like I don't know. I think you factor in the length and the fact that it'll be a new sport for Ngannou. Like like his
oh,
first professional fight is going to be
Tyson
Tyson
is a
Fury. Like
Tyson is a
that's
massive favorite. And if they do it with boxing gloves on, Ngannou has basically no chance. But if they do a boxing match with MMA gloves, that's a lot closer of a fight than people give it credit for. Because Lorenzo, so you've done the most obviously like striking training of all of us. I don't know how much you've done with MMA gloves as opposed to boxing gloves, but like it's so different.
You hit harder for sure, and honestly, whenever I punch with I mean, I feel a little more uncomfortable just because I can feel it more in my hand.
Oh, I'm not
So,
talking about the offense. I'm talking about the defense.
oh yeah, defense is way different. You can't like just hold it in front
Exactly.
of your thing. It's not as big.
Exactly. So
Yeah, there's a
Tyson
lot of
Fury,
holes.
who's been used to boxing in 8 or 10 ounce gloves his whole life, and then training in probably fucking 14 or 16 ounce gloves, to have Francis Ngannou throwing power shots at his head and him only having those little MMA gloves to block with, like he doesn't have you know what I mean? That's gonna fuck with his rhythm. Like that's
Hmm.
gonna fuck with all the things he does.
I still
Like and
think Tyson Fury beats the fuck out of him.
And people
I
people
like.
aren't giving that enough credit. Like the fact that Tyson is used to having boxing gloves on his head or boxing gloves in his hands, and he can use those to parry and guard and block and do all these different things. And now he doesn't have that. And Francis, like we've seen, if Francis can not hit you clean, like he can get a punch through the guard and still fuck you up. So
Okay, so are we assuming that they fight with MMA gloves on, or
if they do a boxing match with MMA gloves, I think it's a lot closer fight than people give it credit for.
I disagree. I
If
think
they
that
do
Fury
if they
still
do it
beats
with
the fuck out of him.
if they do it with
I just
boxing
think
gloves,
Fury's
what
length is just. I think
Ngannou
Fury's
is.
length is going to be a problem. I don't think he's going to be able to get into Ngannou
So,
or get in. Ngannou's going to be able to get into Tyson like that.
so Dermer, you have the. How does Ngannou compare to Wilder? Because you know more about that than us.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know because I've never seen Ngannou like box. I would assume that Wilder is better than him. Um,
I mean,
just
Wilder's
because
for sure a better boxer than
that's what I'm
Ngannou.
saying. Like wow, but like again, like heavyweight boxing doesn't need to be the most technical thing in the world. Like it doesn't need to be very technical at all. Like you really do only need to like land one punch. Like there have been fights where I think in the Ortiz fight against Luis Ortiz, if I remember correctly, I don't know, I might be thinking of a different fight, but he lost literally every round and then he's knocked him the fuck out. Like literally lost every round of the fight and then just knocked him to another planet. I think it was the Ortiz fight. The first one, or maybe no, it was the second one. I think it was the second Ortiz fight, but who fucking knows? But I remember him losing like 6 rounds straight and then just knocking him the fuck out, and that's just how it goes sometimes with guys like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
again,
I
like
mean,
Tyson Fury is not Ciryl Gane. Like Ciryl Gane is the most defensively responsible like heavyweight I've ever seen in my entire life in any sport.
So, but
and
that is until Jon Jones joins heavyweight, though, right?
No,
And then
even
Jon
with
Jones
Jon
is.
Jones, like when is well, I mean, like obviously it's a much smaller sample size, but when has Ciryl Gane gotten hit clean? Like when has it
Yeah,
happened?
never. Yeah, never.
Like
Basically,
maybe
never.
he's taken a clean leg kick, maybe a clean body kick. He's never taken a clean shot to the head in all the fights I've seen of his. I've watched this
didn't,
motherfucker spend hours in the octagon and never take a clean punch
didn't
from
Volkov like have a good success with him? Like,
no
Volkov was pretty. No, Volkov was successful against Gunn.
half of the shit that Volkov landed was leg kicks.
No, he
yeah.
landed some good strikes too, dude. Like I
Not,
actually rewatched
not
that fight.
like everything Ciryl like either like got his hands up on or got away a little bit. Like almost everything Volkov landed, not almost, but like a ton of Volkov shots were leg kicks.
So, what if he
50
fights
of Volkov shots were leg kicks.
Tyson Fury? What do you think the odds will be?
I
It
think they already
depends. Is it
released it.
is it with
Minus
MMA gloves or
600
with
for
boxing
Tyson.
gloves?
I have no idea. I figure like Tyson Fury will probably want. Well, he suggested MMA gloves, but let's be real. What do he actually do? Actually, I don't know. What do you do? He's a
I
little
think
crazy.
Tyson Fury is a he's a real one. He'll do it. He doesn't give a fuck.
I mean, I think Francis. I mean, Francis wants to box, so I think Francis wants to fight in boxing gloves.
I think he would be smart enough to realize that MMA gloves would favor him.
Yeah, I mean that bro. I've been saying this since McGregor Mayweather, and I said the best way to do crossover matchups is a boxing match with MMA gloves. That's the best way to make it fair for both parties and give them both something that they're used to. But I mean, the money's in boxing, and I mean, something like obviously, if Connor's
Yeah.
gonna box Floyd's the A side. Floyd's gonna pick whatever the fuck he wants.
Well, I also think Floyd's just a smarter, like human
Also, Floyd's
being.
retired. Like, why is he gonna? You know what I mean? Like, why is he gonna
Yeah.
risk anything? Like, he could make $300 million to take a pretty safe fight. Why would he put on MMA gloves? It doesn't make sense. I mean,
So,
Tyson's more of a Tyson's more. He wants to push himself more. I think Tyson's more interested in that, like just the challenge of it.
um,
But to answer your question, I think Tyson with boxing gloves, I would say like Tyson minus 1,000.
Yeah, definitely. In boxing gloves,
yeah.
Tyson minus 1,000. With MMA gloves, a boxing match, honestly, minus 200 or 250 for Tyson. To me, I think Francis has a much better chance than people think. Like people don't
Yeah.
if you've never like sparred with MMA gloves and with boxing gloves, you won't realize like the defense. Like Tyson Fury's lifetime of work he's put into defense is gonna have to be drastically altered.
Um, yeah.
I just think I don't know. I think Tyson just being 6'9" and with whatever crazy reach he has, I don't think Ngannou will be able to get in on him and be able to hit him clean.
Wouldn't Ngannou be the biggest man that what's his face Fury's fought too?
Probably.
Possibly.
I
I mean,
think
Ngannou's
or
a
how big
big
is Ortiz?
motherfucker.
How big is Ortiz? Or I don't think. Actually, I don't think.
Fury never fought Ortiz. That was just Wilder.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, no. What other heavyweight is 6'4", 257 of complete shredded muscle? Like,
he wouldn't need to cut weight either, right? So
no, because
No.
like Andy Ruiz weighs a lot, but Andy Ruiz is fat. Like
Uh,
Francis Ngannou was 260 pounds of like ripped fucking muscle. His legs are tree trunks. Like he's literally like like a fucking tree in human
so
form.
do you? So let's say that he chooses Jon Jones, because how does that fight go?
I
Francis
think
got
Jon Jones.
beheading.
I disagree. I think Jones takes him down and grinds him
What?
up, probably by decision.
What?
I think you're still under, like, you still don't have any respect for Francis.
I think he proved
That
how
or
good he is.
you don't have any respect for Jones. I mean, I think Jones I think Jones will be able to avoid Francis's shots, similar to how Gane did. Like
I mean,
What?
Jones is a very defensively responsible fighter, and he's gonna have a reach advantage. And he's just really good.
So defensively responsible. That's why he got outlanded by Dominic Reyes and outpointed, and stole the decision. Because he's so defensively responsible that Dominic Reyes hit him over 100 times.
I mean, I think that's obviously not the best Jon Jones. That's like not a motivated Jon Jones. I don't think he
But
gave a shit.
really, is it motivation, or is it the fact that he's not on steroids?
I think he's out of his
Motivation.
prime is the problem too.
Or is he? Yeah, I mean,
I mean, he's
out of his
30.
prime?
He's younger than Ngannou.
Yeah,
He's
but
younger than Ngannou.
he's got a lot more mileage though too,
Why
doesn't
are
he?
his last two fights his worst performances?
Because I don't think he gave a shit. Like I
What?
don't think he gave a shit.
Or he couldn't inject himself with whatever the fuck he was using because he's had too many red stuff. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't understand why we give John the benefit of the doubt for being unmotivated when we don't do that for other fighters. Oh well, they weren't motivated. Like, oh well, Conor wasn't motivated against Khabib. Like, well then you shouldn't have fought him.
I mean, Conor wasn't on his 12th title defense either. Like, I just think at some point, you just
GSP wasn't motivated against Hendricks. Like, that's just retarded. Like, if you're not motivated, then you shouldn't fight them.
yeah, that's why he retired afterwards. Like, I don't was GSP as motivated for Hendricks, or was he as motivated for the first time he won the title? Clearly, the first time he won the title, and the first couple times. But when it comes to the end, I think people just stop caring. I think people get burned out. Like Johnny Hendricks was what, his 11th title defense? What does that mean to GSP?
Ngannou still beats Jon Jones.
Yeah, Ngannou by knockout.
All right. So where does Gane go from here? Because
Gane just becomes a new gatekeeper. 3 more fights or 2 more, and then he
becomes like the heavyweight Whitaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think maybe he defends it, or he defends his number 1 contendership
2 or 3
2
times
times.
and gets a rematch.
2 or 3
times. 2 times, maybe he gets a rematch after that. If he beats let me look up the heavyweight division.
Yeah, I was about to do the same. He's probably gonna fight. Who hasn't he fought? Well, he's fought a lot of people, unfortunately.
He beat Volkov. He beat fucking Jairzinho. He beat
Derek Lewis.
I mean, Curtis Blaydes is an interesting fight, I guess.
Chris Ducal.
Chris Daukaus. I mean, you could go down there.
Way down. Then he'll probably rematch Stipe. Actually, Stipe is a good fight.
Yeah, Stipe's over there.
But knowing Stipe, he probably won't take the fight.
No, he's not stupid. I mean, Shamil is interesting. Marcin Tybura, but isn't Tybura coming with a loss? So
he's probably gonna fight one of those lower end people, and then he's gonna fight a rematch against Derek Lewis or Volkov or something.
I mean, Blaydes. I think Blaydes makes sense. Blaydes is still, honestly, I think Blaydes could beat Gane. I mean, if Ngannou could take down Gane, Curtis Blaydes could take down Gane.
As weird as this sounds, I think Curtis Blaydes just I don't know if he has the same technique as Ngannou. Maybe Ngannou's technique is just a lot of power, but
yeah, his technique is just a lot of power.
Yeah, I don't know if Curtis Blaydes can do that to Ngannou.
I mean, did Curtis Blaydes wrestle D1?
Yeah, but like Derek Lewis punched him in the face, and then like Ciryl Gane's movement is his best defense most of the time, isn't it?
Dude, honestly, I might pick if they make that fight. I think Blaydes is a juicy ass underdog for that.
Gonna be the curse of Curtis Blaydes again, because then like what next?
Yeah, then what next? Like, but I mean, Gane's grappling kind of got exposed a little bit in that fight.
I don't know, but
Boris
sure.
Francis is just that good. D1 and Gane, it was the new mythical fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Blaydes is also a great wrestler, and he's not going to fear the fuck you power of Gane. You know,
Maybe that's the problem, because Gane could definitely just pick him apart. He's a better striker.
Yeah, but then I think Blaydes could just bull rush him and grab him. You know.
Does Blaydes ever bull rush people? I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen him.
Blaydes wrestle fucked Volkov.
Yeah, but I don't remember if he probably did. He doesn't have the most technical takedowns for it. I might be speaking out my ass, to be honest. I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't take much technique to just get your hands on somebody. Like it could happen eventually. I think that's a dangerous fight for Gane, to be honest.
I don't think he'd be scared. I think it's a perfect fight for him actually, because if he needs to fight a wrestler now before he goes against Ngannou, so
yeah, it could be a good test for him. I think this is a good learning experience for Ciryl. I think he's gonna come back a better fighter.
In another year, I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah, because I mean, Ciryl is still like a baby relative to all these other guys.
Only 3 years.
Yeah. Wait.
So Ngannou decides to take 4 months off. Then they're gonna make another interim title, right? So that way, when Ngannou just waits the year, they're like, well, you can't be champion if you don't want to fight in this business.
Huh. That is a UFC thing to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I think Gane holds a lot of leverage still, because even if they do that and they make another interim champion, like it's still people still are gonna be like, that's the paper champ, right? Like Ngannou's still clearly the champ.
That's fair. So, Moreno versus Figgy, guys. Moreno versus Figgy.
Henry Cejudo is the greatest coach ever. C4.
Yeah. Greatest competitor and greatest coach of all time. If Jon Jones wins too, I mean, I don't think we can deny that either.
Yeah. But
Plus,
no, I think the difference in that fight was just the knockdowns, right? Because I think if you look at the statistics, Moreno outstruck Figueiredo, but I mean, how many times did Figueiredo knock him down? Like 3 times?
how badly was the strike differential though?
Pretty close. Moreno struck him by 20 strikes, so like 4 around.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but those were like very impactful knockdowns, right? Because I think one of them was like at the end of the 3rd round, and if he didn't knock him down there,
the 3rd and one of them was in the 5th. Yeah, Moreno would have won the 3rd and the fight if he didn't get those knockdowns.
Yeah. So literally, I think that knockdown at the end of the 3rd pretty much won him the fight, because if he didn't get that, Moreno probably will definitely win that round and then win the fight.
I also just I just didn't like how Moreno was showboating. He's a man who plays with Legos and is wholesome, and I know he likes to get hit and blow it off, but the way that first round was, second round, I don't know. It just wasn't him to me.
Oh wait, this is interesting. So,
Huh?
2 of the judges had Figueiredo up 3-1 going into the 5th. Actually,
Oh, so it didn't matter. You would have
that's
won.
what wasn't the live betting. Actually, I don't remember what the live betting was.
I think Figueiredo was still a favorite in the 5th round. I don't remember. Or Figueiredo was still an underdog in the 5th round. I think he was plus money.
I thought too. I thought that was crazy. All right. Once again, live betting is the way to go for any for anything
Honestly,
UFC.
yeah, live betting is definitely the meta.
How?
More importantly, though, Figueiredo Moreno 4. Like, do we just do that?
I think you have to,
Yeah. I think this
because
is
the
the
thing is,
only quadrilogy that has merit. Literally 1-1-1.
yeah. Also, the
Yeah,
thing is, it's like you can't risk having another contender go in there and like beat Figueiredo and then you fuck up the whole quadrilogy. You kind of have to have the quadrilogy right now so that you can guarantee that's going to happen.
And plus, I mean, then we'll see. Like, I think it's the most interesting trilogy because all their fights were like razor close.
not the
Except for
second. I mean,
the
the second Moreno fight.
except for
Well,
the
yeah,
one where
that's fair. Yeah,
But the first two were both great fights. Or the first and third were both great fights.
yeah. The second one, he just had a bad weight cut, and then I guess he got his diet in check.
so actually you really think about it. I mean, I think we kind of have to throw out that the second fight, right? Like I feel like we have to because I feel like the first fight and the third fight are kind of what's indicative of like where they actually are as fighters, you know? I just feel like the second fight was kind of an outlier. But then if you look at the first fight and the third fight, you pretty much come to the conclusion that Figueiredo is just the better fighter.
Yeah, but who knows? Because again, now that he lost the title, like maybe he'll start training some more.
Yeah.
So yeah, Figgy, I'm happy for him. Glad he won. But now, how do you market? How do you market him? Because like
Dude,
he's,
he's the bad guy.
but
That's
like
it.
he has such a great story too. Like literally, like sushi chef, hairstylist. He's everything.
No, you
Know
don't
how to
focus on
work.
that. You focus on him talking shit to Moreno, and you focus on the fact that like the whole crowd was booing him. I think you position him as the bad guy. You know,
That's
I mean,
fair.
and that makes it more interesting. Like Moreno's the baby face.
Hey,
Figueredo's like the Chad, the Chad like douchebag. I think that's how you do it.
yeah, that's fair. Because like I think Moreno's very likable too. Is the problem?
I don't. I think he's fucking annoying, but
It's each their
sure.
own.
I think Figgy's more annoying, but
But I mean, if you're gonna have a heel, you kind of want him to be annoying.
the problem is Figgy's not even like I don't feel like Figgy's like a good heel. I feel like Figgy's just like I mean, if he spoke English, maybe it'd be better. But like Paulo
Bro, you
Costa
see
is a
how
good heel.
yeah, but you see how many people were booing him at the press conference? You
It's
know,
just
that's
because Moreno is so likable.
I mean,
But like I don't feel like he's a very like Paulo Costa. Even Paulo Costa, like when he barely spoke English, when he was just like the pussy adesanya, like that shit was hilarious. That's that's one of the greatest interviews ever when Paulo Costa's like the pussy adesanya. Like
yeah,
that shit was great. Like that's how you be a heel. Or like Costa, like Chad Costa, when he's like with Vittori, when Vittori's like, "How are you gonna?" He's like, "No, we're gonna fight. We're gonna fight. Well, that's good to." And then, but no, Vittori was like, "You're not gonna get out of this fight." And Paulo Costa was like, "Oh yeah, that's good to hear. No, we're gonna fight." Like that's how you be a Chad troll. Like
no,
when you miss weight by 20 pounds and then make the other guy seem like the bad guy. Like that's how you do it.
Let me see. I
that was
just
pretty masterful.
That was iconic, bro.
wait. Most people gave Moreno the fifth round. That's what you were saying earlier, Justin. I just processed that. Yeah,
Yep, that's right.
yeah. Even with the knockdown, I guess those that Fury for the last 10 seconds really did it.
That's crazy. I
Yeah,
mean, that's
it
kind of
was a
what I
knockout at the end.
Yeah. Okay. We weren't crazy. We gave round one to Figgy, and all the judges did too.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah. Round two was all Moreno. Round three, they all gave it to Figgy. I don't remember that round, to be honest.
yeah that
I
was the
think that's when we
round where
started
it
turning it around, right?
round three was the one where Moreno was winning and then Figgy got the knockdown at the
Oh,
end.
and it almost got the guillotine, right?
Yeah,
Then round four, it knocked him down, I'm guessing, I don't know. And then round five, Moreno won. Round
yeah.
five was contestable though for them. Round
That's kind of what
four.
I thought. I kind of thought that it was either 2-2 or 3-1 Figueredo going into the fifth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then Figgy. I mean, I had it 2-2, and then I thought Figgy won the fifth. So
Yeah, the
Yeah.
right fighter won. I mean, Figueiredo won. Deserved to win that
Yeah.
fight.
I mean, yeah,
The-
he got the knockdowns. He landed the bigger shots.
Let's see. I'm just keeping an eye. I'm just looking at these stats. Ngannou had 10 pounds on Gane in the main event. That's not a lot for that division.
Yeah,
Mar-
but it felt like Ngannou was like 25 pounds heavier
he's
because
thick. He's
in
like,
the wrestling exchanges, like Ngannou was just throwing Gane around basically.
yeah, he was very powerful. Like that's Ngannou's thing.
Yeah,
Like, hmm, but he's all muscle. And I thought that because I will say one thing where I had a bad take. I thought he should have gained muscle for this, just like really go with that like Ford Escort power. But obviously they're professionals for a reason. They decided that he was going to wrestle, so he needed to lose muscle or lose fat. So,
yeah, I
geez.
thought that was a good strategy. I think if he would have weighed more, I think he would have gassed even harder.
Oh, he would have lost. Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
Anything else to say about the co-main though?
I don't
Um.
think so.
It was it was a really good fight. I'll
It
say
was a good
that.
one.
Like it was a great fight. It reminded me of the first. It was better than their first fight. I'll say that. Um, just because like they
Yeah.
didn't really gas in the fifth round. They were a little bit more measured for sure. Like in the earlier rounds, but they really let it loose. Um, so there wasn't a round of inactivity.
I think now that if you look at the three fights for what they are, I think it's pretty clear that Figueiredo's the better fighter.
Um, I guess slightly. I'd say slightly better. Just because like how close their first and third fight were. I think he clearly won the first fight, even if he did the whatever.
Yeah.
Um, the third fight was razor thin. Second fight, we can just say he had a bad weight cut.
Yeah, I just feel like the second fight was just such an outlier. Like it's kind of hard to put weight into that. Yeah, I mean Figueiredo won 3-2 first and third fight, and he did the most damage. He hurt Moreno the most in both those fights.
Mm-hmm.
I just think he's a better fighter, it seems, and I'm looking forward to betting him in the quadrilogy.
Dermer,
I think
who
they
do you,
gotta do it. Yeah.
who would you have? Would you have Moreno or would you have what's his face? Figgy.
I mean, obviously, I think common sense would dictate that Figueiredo is probably the smart pick. Although, if I can get, I mean, I'm assuming Moreno will probably be plus money, or it might be like super close. And I'm a Moreno fan, so if I can get Moreno with plus money, I'll probably just do that.
Now he's like even more motivated, right? Because like there might be some truth to that silk sheets thing.
I don't think
Yeah,
so. I think Figgy just. I think the first fight showed us that they're very close, and then Figgy had a bad fight the second time, and then the third fight reassured us that they are very close.
Um,
Because I thought I didn't know if I didn't know if the second fight was more of like a terrible performance from Figgy or Moreno got that much better, and now I think we kind of learned that they both did get better, but that was just a bad performance from Figgy, and like realistically, like when they both fight well, like they're very close.
yeah.
yeah.
Um, MichelPereira, guys.
Um,
It was
I think he's solid.
a beautiful
I think he's
fight.
ranked welterweight. I think because he was supposed to fight the number 15th ranked fighter, right?
He was from
Muslim.
Salikov.
Salikov, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
Um,
like he's always going to be like that fun guy who doesn't really go too far.
I could see him being like top 10 in the future. I don't know if he gets
And
past that, just because like if Michael Chiesa and Sean Brady are like 10 and 9, those are like heavy grapplers, and I don't know how good his grappling is. But like I
but
could see
he's
him
going
being
against some of the better strikers in the division. I don't think he can. I don't think he can deal with
I
them.
could see him. He's definitely a really good striker, though. Like he's
Yeah,
measured.
I mean, I feel like he could strike with anybody in the division, except
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
like
know about
Stephen
that.
Thompson, I guess.
yeah. Like he could beat. He's gonna beat Ponzinibbio. Li Jingliang is an interesting fight because Li Jingliang is a tank too. Jeff Neal probably. Um,
I don't
Chiesa
know
and
about that.
Brady. I think he can beat.
I think Jeff Neal. I would probably pick Jeff Neal over Pahea.
Would you like to say that's a competitive fight though?
Um,
I would say that's a good. I would say it's a good fight. Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know who I would pick. But
Yeah,
I
I
think that's a
guess
good fight.
I guess he could break it to the top 15. I don't think top 10. Yeah,
I
like
don't think
Brady could
top
be at
10.
no, I don't think
I
he
think
beats anyone in the top 10. I
I
don't
think
even
he
top
could beat
11 because Chimaev's 11.
I could beat see he could beat Stephen Thompson. I mean, unfortunately, I love Stephen Thompson. You guys know this, but he might just be too old. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so if Wonder Boy is old and washed, then he
yeah,
could beat him. But like if Wonder Boy's not, like that's the only way he could beat someone in the top 10 is if Wonder Boy's washed because he can't beat
or
Kamar, he can't beat Colby, he can't beat Gilbert, he can't beat Leon, he can't beat Luca, he can't beat Bilal, he can't beat Jorge.
I could
He's
see him
not going to
beating
beat
Bilal.
Magny. No, he's
I
not
could
going
see
to
him.
beat Magny. He's not going to beat
I
Brady. He's
mean,
not going to beat Chiesa. He's not going to beat Chimaev. He's not top
I
10.
don't know. I don't know. I don't know if you could say that. Like we
I think
haven't. Like
he could
how
Which
beat
does
one of those
Bilal
guys?
like
Like
and
why
which one of
can't he
those
beat
guys?
Masvidal.
Gilbert? Why can't he beat Gilbert?
Gilbert,
Yeah,
because Gilbert throws him on his ass and rips his arm off.
Bahia's huge. I don't think it's like a given that Gilbert could just like throw him around. Like
He doesn't need to throw him
Bahia is
around.
one of the
He needs to get a hold of him. That's it.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess we don't know how good Bahia's wrestling or ground game is,
But he has at
Burns
least a
is
decent ground game of his
disgusting.
own. You saw him
So,
try to take down Fiallo. He didn't
but
succeed,
like
but
he can't even try and take down Burns. He can't. He has to stay as far away from Gilbert as possible.
I think Gilbert would probably win. But I don't. I can see beating Bilal and Masvidal.
Not Masvidal. Masvidal destroys him.
Dang, Bilal's
I
at
don't think
5.
so. Actually, I think that's a good fight. I
Yeah,
mean, that fight will never happen, but I think that's a good fight
I think Masvidal beats the shit out of him.
because
Like
I mean that's just like a striking battle.
yeah,
I think Masvidal
I'm
beats
really
him.
impressed by Paya's stand up. I mean, he
yeah.
tuned up Fiallo
He
the whole fight.
destroyed him too. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
not because he's like the people he's beating are not the most impressive guys. Like they're really not.
That's
Like,
the point. You need to fight these people. Like he
I
hasn't.
mean, yeah,
but
His only.
I don't see his skill set. Like I don't see what he's doing to these guys carrying over to like higher level guys.
He beat Nico Price and Chaos Williams, who are pretty good people in this division.
Well, yeah, like let's be real. Masvidal and Leon Edwards are like a whole other planet than
Well,
them.
I think he loses to Leon Edwards, but I don't. I think he could beat
I think
Masvidal and
Masvidal
beat him.
knocks him the fuck out.
No, MichelPereira has an
I think
iron chin.
Paya's striking defense is really good. Like he's a pretty difficult to hit guy.
Well, he took some clean shots from Fiallo because he got a bit excited.
He takes clean shots
Yeah,
in every fight. Like
he
he
took.
gets hit a lot.
Yeah, he took some clean shots from Fiallo. But that's part of it. He has an iron chin. Like he's been knocked out before, but like not anytime soon. And like, if we want to be real, his only loss in the UFC was his debut fight where he didn't have his trainer. He missed weight.
It was
No-
his second
Against
fight. It was
Conley.
against Connolly.
Oh, his second fight? Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fair.
that was the second fight.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
and he
like,
wasn't really taking that one seriously. It wasn't he was doing a lot of like dumb
yeah,
shit
he was
first
like
round, right?
dancing, everything flips, and then
Yeah,
Diego Sanchez he was gonna beat, but then he accidentally illegal kneed him.
yeah.
I
But
mean, Chaos landed a lot on him. Like Nico landed a lot on him. Like
I don't.
even Andre Fiallo, who's really like not that good, like landed some clean
I
shots
was
on him. Like,
impressed with Andre Fiallo actually.
but that's like if he fights Masvidal and Masvidal lands the shots that Andre Fiallo landed, he's going to fucking sleep or he's falling down at least.
I don't know about
Uh,
that.
I don't know about that. I mean,
I think you guys are
what
overrating him a lot.
Fiallo? What if
Like,
we're not giving
he
Fiallo
hasn't
enough
fought
credit?
anybody. He hasn't fought anybody that good. Like he just hasn't fought anybody that good. Like if his
I
best wins
think,
are Cass Williams and Nico Price, which like realistically like they're
like
just that
in the
good.
wait, so like, how do you? Because this is the way the UFC. You have to fight these people before you
Yeah,
move
it's
up.
like it's not his choice. Like what? They're not going to give him like the number
No,
10
I
fighter
know
in the
that, but like
world.
he's not like the fact that he looks the way he looks against them, like I don't see that. Like I don't see him doing well against the elite of
Where
the
does
division.
against Nico Price and Chaos Williams though?
What?
Like,
I think he looked pretty good. I think he looked pretty good against these guys. I mean, if you compare him against other fighters in the top 10, like look at Luque. Like Luque gets in a war with everybody. Even when he was like an unranked guy, he was getting into wars.
and if
And
you
then look at Luque, you know?
look at Luque's record before, like he even fought anybody of note, you would say he's a bad fighter because he didn't fight anybody of note. Like before Tyron Woodley, he fought Randy Brown and Nico Price. Like Nico Price again. Like, I feel like you're underrating these guys.
It's not even about like. I don't even want to say it's who he fought so much as the fact that like he just doesn't impress me that much. Like I
We'll have to
don't
see.
see it.
I'm a believer in Pereira, to be
I think
honest.
you think of him as a meme fighter still.
No, I just
We'll
like
see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, because his next fight's going to be ranked.
I don't see what he does to like really create problems for somebody like Masvidal. Like I don't think Masvidal is going to be concerned with his power at all. I think Masvidal can just like literally walk him down and land power shots like often enough that it will be a bad night for Pereira. And I think anybody like that, like same as Luque. Like I think any of these guys who are like really like more
Well,
advanced strikers can just walk him down.
I don't think he beats Luque. I could see him beating Masvidal.
No,
Dude, I
Yeah.
think Luque Pereira is a good ass fight.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be shocked if he beats.
Luque beats him like a drum.
I wouldn't be surprised if he beats Luque.
Luque is the best brawler in the division, possibly the UFC. Like, he goes through insane wars and comes out on top.
If Pereira beat anybody in the top 10 right now, except for like maybe like a washed Wonder Boy, I would be shocked. I think he gets
He can beat
smoked.
Bilal. He can beat Masvidal. Neil Magny. I just don't think he beats Sean
Bilal,
Brady.
maybe Bilal. He can't be Magny. He can't beat Brady. He's not going to beat Magny.
Why can't he beat Neil Magny?
Yeah,
Neil is like a better version of him.
What?
I think.
What?
Yeah, I feel like
He's
I feel like
longer,
we can't
better
really.
point fighter.
I feel like we can't really make these statements until we see him fight these guys. I mean, his next fight's going to be ranked. I think that's pretty clear.
Yeah, but
and
like,
we'll just have to see. I wouldn't be shocked if he beat some of these guys.
well, yeah. I mean, wait. Do you think that Neil Magny beats Max Griffin?
What is that?
Because Max Griffin's last win was Carlos Condit, but he's fought nobody of note. The last person he fought of note was Alex Oliveira. He's not ranked either, so by virtue of not being ranked, are we just going to say Neil Magny beats him?
I'm not saying Pereira loses to Neil Magny because Neil Magny's. I'm saying Pereira loses to Neil Magny because Neil Magny's better at fighting.
I don't. I think Neil Magny and Jeff Neal are like point fighters practically. So
They are, but it's like so is Pereira.
that's a valid. I just think
we'll see.
Pereira's
We'll see what happens. Pereira. I
better.
I don't have super high hopes. I think he could be like a top 15 guy, but I never see him breaking into the top 10. And I certainly never see him being a contender.
I see him break into the top 10. I just don't think if he fights against a grappler, I'm worried. Like I think 9, 10, and 11 are his biggest worries. Like Sean Brady will beat him. Michael Chiesa is such a wild card. I could see it, and Shemaev.
I think if Luque could get to the number 4 rank, if Luque could get to number 4, Pereira could get to number 4. That's no cap.
Luque is also a really good grappler though too.
I guess yeah, but I feel like we haven't seen Pereira's grappling.
Didn't he just tapped Chiesa? Did he tap Tyron Woodley or did he knock him out?
I said Pereira. We haven't really seen Pereira's grappling.
Oh yeah, he's tried, but we'll see. He's also smart. Like I could see him like working on this grappling in the next fight or so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What was after that? Unless you have anything else to say about Pereira.
Let's see what's next.
Well, I'll say this: we apparently Fiala won the first round. Maybe we weren't paying close enough attention.
Yeah, I thought Pereira won every round, but that was weird.
Cody Stamen versus Said.
Huh? First round was close.
Yeah. Cody versus Said. Nurmagomedov, no relation. 1 minute fight practically. So
that was a crazy.
Yeah, I don't have much to say. I don't have much to say about this. Like,
135.
He just manhandled him.
How far do you think Said ever becomes ranked?
Yeah, I think isn't Cody Stamen ranked? He could just take his spot.
I thought he's not. Wasn't ranked. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. For sure he could get ranked. I mean,
yeah, with Asunciao being number 15, I could see it. And I actually don't know how high he goes because like once you get past 15,
it's straight killers.
Yeah. He's number 12. What? I didn't realize.
I mean, if you give him a strike, if you give him a striker, I don't see why he can't beat him. Like Sean O'Malley, that's a great fight.
Yeah, I think Sean's just better.
I think Song Yadong would be interesting. Ricky Simone probably wrestles him. pretty
Yeah,
badly.
yeah, he could be like a fringe top 15 guy for sure. Like a Sun Tzu and Yadong are interesting fights.
I don't know if he breaks into the top 10 unless he gets very specific fights, but maybe I just
No,
haven't
he
seen
needs
that
the
much
right
grappling.
matchups to be top 10, but I don't think I think everyone in the top 10 beats him. To be honest, maybe he could take Munoz, but everybody else beats him.
I mean,
Yeah.
Maurice is in the top 10 still. Cruz, I don't know. These are winnable fights in my opinion. Font's
I don't
number
think so.
5.
I
That's
think
a
he
winnable
beats
fight.
Cruz. I think Cruz's fight IQ is a bit too high to like get taken out by spinning stuff.
Yeah,
I think Cruz beats him.
Yeah, I do too.
Um,
I think probably like 9 and below is questionable, right? I guess like Maurice.
honestly,
Munoz.
like I think
Sure.
Rob Font is very beatable by a lot of people in
Well,
this
I think
division.
Rob Font's the quintessential like the basic jab, right? Like isn't he just has his bread and butter and it works
Yeah,
beautifully.
he's just like I'm really good at boxing. Now try to beat me.
And that's actually surprisingly hard.
Yeah.
Um, Saeed, I think goes that far. I don't think he breaks into the top 8 unless he has someone hidden grappling that I haven't seen. Um, anything
Yeah.
else? And not much else to say about this fight.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 40-second finish. Yeah.
I don't think you guys paid attention to Trevin Giles versus Michael Morais.
we kind of watched. That was a good fight. It was
Yeah,
only a minute. Well, it
Trevin Giles
lasted.
made it interesting. Trevin Giles made it interesting for a little bit.
He dropped Morais, but Trevin Giles dropped a weight class too.
Yeah.
I don't never know how I feel about people dropping weight classes, to be honest. So, good on. I don't
Usually it
know.
doesn't work out.
Yeah, but then we think Aldo, but then whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, not much to say about this. Morais, maybe he's good for what division is this even? 170? Let me check.
Yeah, 170.
Yeah, and not much to say. We'll see about Morais in the future.
Yeah.
Or Morales, my bad. Not.
Morales.
Oh, this is the insane one. Barcelos versus Victor Henry. He messed up your parlays.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'd say this was fight of the night, yeah? And
yeah,
fight of the year. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah.
okay, let's look at these. So 277 strikes thrown by Barcelos, 397 thrown by Victor Henry. Is that some record, or does Max Holloway beat that for a 3-round fight? That's pretty insane.
That is insane. I also think that like it's clear. I don't even know it's clear, but like Barcelos, I think was more technically skilled because like the shots he landing were crazy. Like the takedown into an uppercut, the like leading him into that leg kick. I think he would have knocked out most other people, but Victor Henry is
Yeah,
crazy.
Henry just had an iron chin, but I towards the end there, I think Henry was pulling it out. Like
Yeah.
he was landing more of them. The Barcelos wasn't taking him as good as Henry was, so
hmm
that was crazy. I mean, I've never seen this guy fight. I just assumed like I like Barcelos a lot. I'm pretty high on him, but
And it's short
um,
notice too,
yeah,
dude.
this guy's unbelievable.
I can't. Now this is gonna. I don't know how far he gets in this division. I haven't. I don't know. That's all I could say about this because he's another
It's so hard
135.
to. I mean, yeah, again, like bantamweight's so stacked that like it's like I feel like the guys are so close. Like even if you go from like 15 to like 25, like I don't think there's much of a difference between those guys. You know, like I think all those guys could probably like have a chance at breaking into the top 15.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to rank. I mean, if he's just a striker, I mean, he can get pretty far in this division. It seems with that iron chin.
Yeah,
Like Morais is probably washed, unfortunately.
yeah. He seems too old.
yeah.
Well, I
Too
don't
much.
know. Too many miles.
Yeah, too much mileage.
Um. Okay, let's
All
see.
right. That's probably all the parts, I mean, that are interesting to me.
Yeah, the
Let me.
prelims are kind of.
Let me. Well, no. The
There
prelims
were
are
some
pretty
decent
good.
fights, but nothing like of.
Let me go through them though, because I took notes.
Oh,
I
Matt Favola,
wait.
Gennaro.
Jack.
Oh, that stoppage was no.
Oh, Matt Pravola. Yeah, that was bad. Just simple as that. Just bad.
So I think officially it was 4 knockdowns in one round. but I think it was. I think one of them didn't. They didn't count one of them because, um, yeah, maybe it wasn't like
Yeah,
a
I
full
thought, and
knockout,
I'm
but
pretty sure that we thought it was 5, and the commentator said 5 too. I thought.
yeah, but it was bad. I mean, I feel like after like the fourth time he got, after like the third time he gets knocked down, I feel like as a ref, you just gotta step in. Like you just can't let this guy keep taking shots and keep getting up. Like that's just bad.
Yeah.
Too tough for his own good. This is what weight class is this?
Lightweight,
155.
155.
So, fun fact, and this is for Dermer. Matt Frevola fought Armin, and
Oh yeah.
I think you can guess how that fight went.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Yeah, well, obviously he got destroyed, Armin, but yeah, decisioned him, obviously. Another crazy moment on the prelims. There is this woman's fight. Just let me pull up her name so I don't forget. Oh, well, Kay Hansen lost to Jasmine. She moved up a weight class. Probably shouldn't stay up a weight class.
Yeah.
The craziest thing on the prelims was Silvana Gomez Juarez versus Vanessa Demopoulos, because Silvana like just straight dropped Demopoulos and was like ground and pounding, but then Vanessa Demopoulos turned it around to a submission. It was insane because you would have thought the fight would have been over by then. You guys probably didn't catch that fight. It's only about a 1-round fight, so
I did see that. That was a fun one.
yeah.
It looked like she was gonna break her arm. I think that girl was like double jointed or something because her arm bent like way
Yes.
back.
So that was a really fun fight. And I think that's the whole card, right? I don't think there's anything else we really have.
Yeah, it was a decent card. You know, it's a decent card.
It was fun.
Not a lot of name value, but there were some good fights in there.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Fight of the night was obviously the bantamweight. And the main event and co-main delivered. And Pereira delivered too. Okay. I think that's it then.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah,
comment, subscribe, everybody, by the way.
Huh.
Yeah, you have to say that. It's the rules.